I have an absolute passion for public transport, and I think everybody here at Luas has that. Every day we move about 150,000 people. There's not many jobs that you get to do that interacts with that amount of people, you know.
Welcome to Luas.
The Luas is no longer a teenager. It turns 20 this weekend, and it's become a huge part of life in Dublin City. So I've come here to the Luas depot at Red Cow to find out how the trams go from A to B and beyond.
Remember the opening day very well. It was a really exciting period for us.
We didn't really know how it was going to go. There was a lot of bad press at the time about it, how expensive it was, 700 million, blah, all this, and nobody's going to travel on it and everything else. And the first day, St. Stephen's Green was bedlam.
Well, it was a very, very challenging day, very exciting day. So I was tasked with driving the tram through the screen, if you like, in the Sandyford depot. It's the first commercial tram that was going to head out into the city centre for the first time. It's my claim to fame.
A lot of people actually just went from Stephen's Green to Harcourt and back because they were just rail enthusiasts and all that. But people were using it then from day one as a commuter tool. We couldn't believe how many people were on it.
We got 81 trams in total. The Green Line tram itself is 55 metres long. It's actually one of the longest trams in the world. If we look at, say, St. Stephen's Green in the morning in AM peak, we're moving about 400 people per tram every 3 minutes. And that's the equivalent of a Boeing 747 jumbo jet landing in St. Stephen's Green every 3 minutes. And that is the capacity that Luas gives to move people in Dublin. So it's a huge success story.
I think people love the Luas so much because it's so successful. I think it's been very vibrant to the city. It's brought communities together. It's opened up new communities. It's created employment within the communities. There's been some sad nights, I'll be honest with you. Going back to the riots last year, I mean, I was nearly crying when I seen the tram going on fire. It was really, really horrible evening. But I think the pride of working here, you know, is immense. You wouldn't be here after 21 years if you didn't enjoy it.
If you're from Dublin and you go abroad, you say, oh, we'll just get the Luas to the airport, we'll get the Luas to the city centre or whatever, you know. And it's like a proper word now. You do see one or two the odd weird things, like people trying to get on a tram with a couch, you know, and you're thinking, that's not even fit through the doors.
Very simply, they take electrical power from the overhead wires into the pantograph, which is the thing on top of the roof, and then that's delivered into the electric motors inside the bogies. The bogies are the wheel sets that the trams actually sit on, and that's what makes the tram go forward. One interesting thing about Luas is when they brake, they actually turn the motor opposite, so it turns into a generator, and it creates electricity that's then put back into the overhead wire. So they're incredibly green form of transport and zero emissions on the street. There's absolutely zero emissions from Luas.
I love the network. I love the whole idea of being near a centre of something that's really important to the city I live in. It's become the backbone of the transport system.
Does it annoy you when people joke about the Luas being free?
I put a wry smile on my face when I hear this because I'm probably going to shock people when I say this. Over 96% of people are fare compliant. And I think Irish people like to think that we're not compliant and etc., but we're very compliant. 96% is an extremely high number and would rate the Luas as one of the highest tram systems globally in terms of actually compliance with paying the fare.